Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. We are Red Donkey Projections. I'm Eric, and as always, we have Lucas here.
Hey guys.
Um, so what we're going to be talking about today is Joe Biden's best case scenario in the 2020 presidential election. But before we get right into it, we just wanted to give a pretty substantial update on our channel performance and our subwar with Blue Elephant Politics. So, as you can see, and as we said in our other videos, we have won the war and with the promised 10 sub difference. So that is a huge accomplishment for us. And not only that, but our channel reached triple digits. We have 102 subscribers as of today. So thank you guys so much for subscribing and make sure to maintain that support. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
So today we're going to be taking a look, as Eric said already, at the best case scenario Joe Biden has. Let's start off by marking all the safe states that Joe Biden will take. Washington, let's start with the obvious ones first. California, New York, Jersey, not New Hampshire.
We'll talk about that later.
All your East Coast states, and you got Virginia, I think is pretty safe enough that we can count it as safe. Now, Nevada, Colorado, and New Mexico, these margins, percent margins, just one more thing to mention, that this is a predictive map, not a percentage map. So Nevada and Colorado and New Mexico, yes, their margins are smaller. However, this is the best case scenario. And in the best case scenario, these will all be in a safe prediction. Additionally, if you guys don't know what best case scenario means, it basically means that everything goes right for Joe Biden. And this is not our prediction. You can watch a few of our other videos, but this is the best case scenario.
Yep.
With that being said, let's continue. Oh, yep.
Also, don't forget Hawaii and Illinois.
Right. And we got to get Minnesota.
We'll talk about the rest of the blue wall later.
I think I got them all. Cool. And that's not happening anytime soon. Now let's go through all the safe Trump seats, our states. Montana, ND, SD, Utah, Wyoming, Idaho,
Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri,
Nebraska,
Oklahoma.
all state, Nebraska, all except for 2. Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Iowa used to be a swing state, now it's no longer anymore. Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia, South Carolina, and Alaska. I believe I hit them all. Alrighty.
Yep.
Let's start by discussing the likely states. Eric will take away the blue wall.
So as we know about the blue wall, it fell during Hillary Clinton's campaign in 2016 because, and Donald Trump took it. We think this happened because she did not campaign there. So in best case scenario, Joe Biden, if he does his job correctly, will be able to take that blue wall and all of those states in a likely or lean or tilt margin.
Right. So in Joe Biden's best case scenario, this means that he's like going there and campaigning a lot. And remember, this is best case scenario. This is most likely not going to happen. If he were to go there and campaign extremely hard, I think all 3 states would go to him in a likely margin. What do you think on that?
I think so.
All right. Now let's head to Ohio. Ohio used to be a swing state in 2012 and 2008. It was a swing state. Now it is pretty, I don't want to say safely Republican, but it's pretty Republican. And as a result, I don't think that Joe Biden will be able to even take it. I think in his best case scenario, even if he campaigns a lot in there, the most he can get it to is lean Republican. And I'm saying, like, if he campaigns like inhumanely, like extremely hard, like past what a human can do, a candidate can do, I think the best he can do there is lean still. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. Then Eric, how about you take Texas?
All right, Texas. So, as we said in previous videos, we have seen remnants of some blue districts that were emerging in the south part of Texas because of the highly Hispanic nation and the immigrants coming from the southern border of Mexico. But even then, even best case scenario, even with those two factors factored in, we don't think Biden will be able to take Texas even as a tilt or lean margin because the rest of Texas is still a heavily Republican area.
Yeah, that's
So
correct.
yeah, we will put that as red, lean or tilting.
Yes, I think either lean or likely at this point. And now again, if he campaigns super hard, I don't think he can even take it over. Texas has this history of being red, and even though in 2018 Beto O'Rourke was close to winning, we still have to remember that he had so much money to fundraised, and also he didn't win. So I do agree that this is either going to be lean or likely. Which one do
Yeah.
you think more, lean or likely?
I think lean
Yeah, I
because
agree too.
yeah, actually, Beto O'Rourke is a good example because he also tried a lot to win Texas for the Senate, and he still lost to Ted Cruz. So I think we can use that for presidential terms, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, it
Yeah,
should be a lean.
even in best case, he can't go further than that. All right,
Hmm.
now I'm going to talk about Arizona. Arizona has been swinging surprisingly more to the left now. Um, they currently have a Democratic senator, and from our other projection, we do project that Mark Kelly does have a slight edge over Martha McSally to taking Arizona's other Senate seat. So clearly, they're going to be swinging more to the left because now they went from two Republican senators before the midterm elections and before the death of John McCain to now. We can't project it yet, but in November, there's a pretty good chance that Arizona now has two Democratic senators.
Hmm.
And in our actual election predictions, we put Arizona as a toss up. Now, in his best case scenario, if he's pushing at it and pushing hard, I would put this as a lean Democratic state.
I was
And
thinking the exact same thing. I agree with you.
alrighty. Now, Eric can also talk about Georgia.
The governor elections came very close, but the Democratic candidate did not win. Um,
I think Georgia, yes, in his best case scenario, there might be a chance, a slight
Slight
chance.
chance. Oh yeah.
But in my opinion, I don't think he can go to Joe Biden. Even in his best case scenario, the most I can put it at is toss up. That
Hmm.
slight chance isn't enough to make it like more. I think yeah, Georgia won't be able to swing this time, but it will in the future possibly because it is swinging more and more to the left.
Hmm.
All right, North Carolina now. North Carolina, which has been Republican the past two elections, but in 2008, Barack Obama did carry the state of North Carolina, and now I don't know. I can't remember correctly, but I believe we put North Carolina as either lean or tilt Republican in our prediction video, and we do have to look at the Senate race as well here. Tillis is currently trailing behind Cunningham by 5-6 points, if I remember correctly. And Akshat says you can't look at state politics, but from looking at state politics, you can see you know how many people are part of this one party that's voting for a certain candidate. And by just looking at that, I think that North Carolina might trend more to the left in 2020. And especially if this is his best case scenario, I think that North Carolina would be a tilt D state. What would you think about that?
Yeah, I think tilt is the correct categorization
Right.
of
It's
North Carolina.
because I think in a real prediction, I would put this as lean or um, tilt. But if this is his best case scenario and he's pushing all out in North Carolina, I think there is a slim chance he wins it, and that's why it's tilt. Because Barack Obama was able to do it against John McCain. It could happen again, and especially if this is his best case scenario. Now we're going to take a look at New Hampshire. New Hampshire, new polls came out. Now Biden is up by quite a few points there, and I think in our other video we put it as lean. If this is his best case scenario, I put this one as likely. And
Yeah.
yes, North Carolina is a swing state, but it has gone Democratic many, many times, including the past 4 election cycles. So yes, best case scenario, likely.
Quick question. Did we fill out Maine's second district as blue?
Oh, I forgot to do that. Thanks for reminding me. But
No
Maine
problem.
Allstate is blue.
With
Maine
this.
first district? Yeah, okay, Maine first district. All right. Maine second district. Right. This is a pretty Republican place. We put this one as lean Republican on our 2020 map. And Donald Trump did carry the state in 2016 against Hillary, not the state, this district in 2016. So I think this one, if Biden pushes all out in this one, I still think it might. I'd put this one as a pure toss-up, and the reason is because yes, Biden might be able to carry it, but it still can go either way. What would you say on that?
I also think it can go either way. Previous elections, this district has voted red,
Mm.
and even best case scenario, I don't think Biden will be able to push, especially if he's doing so much campaigning in the blue wall and down in Arizona. I don't think it would be humanly possible to go all the way to Maine. So, with all those factors included, second district is a toss-up.
Yep. All right. Now Nebraska's second district. Um, we did put this one as solid before, and we realized that we did get that wrong. I think a better characterization would have been a likely Republican margin. And we look back at past elections, 2008, Barack Obama did indeed carry Nebraska's second district. And I think that I'd say best case scenario, it's still going to be a lean margin because we have to remember this is Nebraska. And you can clearly see from this map that, a lot of the population is in this tiny space. Like if this is equal to this and this, and for that reason, I am going to put this one as a still a lean Republican margin because I still think even in Biden's best case scenario, he can't win it. Now,
Yeah.
Eric will be going to explain Florida.
So Florida, Donald Trump won Florida in 2016, as we know, and Florida is still classified as a swing state. And Trump's moving his home to Mar-a-Lago. That doesn't change much, but still, it's there, that fact. So I think even with Biden's best case scenario, I think this is pure toss-up. What would you say for that?
Yes, I would actually agree with that. And the reason is because Florida is swinging more and more to the right. You see the governor's Republican, both senators are Republican. And actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I would put this one as a toss-up. I remember looking at the past polls, we do see Biden leading by a slight margin. I think that in his best case scenario, I would probably put lean Democratic, actually. And the reason why it's not a toss-up is because, yes, it's swinging more and more to the right, but we do have to take into account what is the polling data. And the polling data does have Biden leading. Even if it's by 2 or 3 points, if this is a best case scenario, he's going all out in Florida. And for that reason, it's likely.
All right, I respect that.
All right, well, here's our final map for the best case scenario. Joe Biden wins in a landslide with 333 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 188. Now, tomorrow, we'll be taking a look at Donald Trump's best case scenario at the 2020 presidential election, and we'll see what happens then, too. Thank you all so much for watching this episode, and thank you all so much for getting us to 100 subscribers. We'll be having a 100 sub special soon. Don't worry about it. But this is our final projection. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button if you liked it, and please subscribe if you enjoy our content. We'll see you in our next video tomorrow.
See ya.